Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka T.D.H. This show is all about the events that occurred today and years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application Today in History on this day. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Anyway, on with the show! Today is Thursday, aka Thursday, April 19th, 2018. In 797, Empress Irene organized a conspiracy against her son, Byzantine Emperor Constantine VI. He died shortly after being deposed and blinded, and Irene proclaimed herself Basilis. In 1713, with no living male heirs, Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI issued the Pragmatic Sanction of 1713 to ensure that Habsburg landed, and the Austrian throne would be inherited by his daughter Maria Theresa, whom would not be born until 1717. In 1770, Captain James Cook sighted the eastern coast of what is now Australia. In 1775, the American Civil War officially started with the battles of Lexington and Concord, with the colonies emerging victorious from the Battle of Concord. In 1782, John Adams secured the Dutch Republic's recognition of the United States as an independent government. The house which he purchased in The Hague, Netherlands, became the first U.S. embassy. In 1839, the Treaty of London established Belgium as a kingdom and guaranteed its neutrality. In 1903, the Kishinev program in Kishinev began, which forced tens of thousands of Jews to later seek refuge in Palestine and the Western world. In 1927, Mae West was sentenced to 10 days in jail for obscenity from her play Sex. In 1943, Albert Hofmann deliberately dosed himself with LSD for the first time, only 3 days after having discovered its effects on April 16th. In 1971, Salyut 1, the first space station, was launched. Also in 1971, Charles Manson was sentenced to death for conspiracy in the Tate LaBianca murders. His sentence was later reduced to life in prison. In 1975, India's first satellite, Aryabhata, launched from Kapustin Yar, Russia. In 1984, Advance Australian Flair was proclaimed as Australia's national anthem, with green and gold as the nation's colors. In 1985, 200 ATF and FBI agents laid siege to the compound of the white supremacist survivalist group The Covenant, the Sword, and the Arm of the Lord in Arkansas, who then surrendered 2 days later. In 1987, The Simpsons first appeared as a series of shorts on The Tracy Ullman Show, the first starting with Good Night. In 1989, a gun turret exploded on the USS Iowa, killing 47 sailors. In 1993, the 51-day FBI siege of the Branch Davidian building in Waco, Texas, ended when a fire broke out. 76 Davidians, including 18 children under the age of 10, perished in the flames. In 1995, the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City was bombed, causing the deaths of 168 people, including 19 children under the age of 6. This event would later become known as the Oklahoma City bombing. And in 2011, Fidel Castro resigned as first secretary of the Communist Party of Cuba after having held the title since July of 1961. Births: Christoph Bach, 1613, Deaf Smith, 1787, James Franco, 1978. Deaths: Thomas Sackville, 1608, Thomas Bastard, 1618, Charles Darwin, 1882. And that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for any links you might be interested in. For your dose of past events daily, I am Aoxander, and you are you. Toodles!